How is everyone? It's Grand here, back with yet another video for you all, and I hope you are prepared for possibly the most important video that I have ever made. In this video, I want to talk about what we could call the butterfly effect and how this concept pertains to you and your self-improvement, spiritual awakening, becoming a better person, whatever you want to call this journey that you're on that has led you to viewing and enjoying my videos. If you're not familiar with the butterfly effect, it's the idea that one extremely small action, such as a butterfly flapping its wings in a remote part of the earth, can lead to something huge, like a hurricane completely around the world, right? The theory is that everything is interconnected, and just the slightest flap of this butterfly's wings must be accounted for, as nothing happens in a vacuum. And what does this mean? How does this pertain to you and the actions you make? Well, it's just that. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Everything is interconnected. Energy is not destroyed, it's just transferred. This is the butterfly effect. One of the main hurdles a lot of people say when presented with this choice to better their lives and begin making good decisions is that they don't really believe that anything really matters. There's this certain amount of apathy from people when you tell them they should start making the right decisions and living a better life. They oftentimes just say like, well, we're the peasants. Nothing we do matters anyway. We might as well just sit back and play World of Warcraft and get fat and eat Cheetos and ice cream and just engage in a lot of nonsense, right? I've spoken before how apathy, which is basically, if you're not familiar with that word, it's a not caring, right? Apathy is when you just don't care. It is one of the worst things for a person because when you're apathetic and you don't believe that anything you do or say matters, you begin to sink down to your base lower self. You almost become more like an animal. It's similar to how I spoke about how, you need to believe that tomorrow is coming. Otherwise you get apathetic and you just start to do what? You seek out the short-term pleasure, high dopamine activities that feel good in the moment but destroy you in the long run. So everyone's apathetic these days. They don't believe anything that they do matters. They believe they are the peasants. They believe they are trapped, and no matter what they do, it's all for nothing. And so you may as well just sit around and jerk yourself off and wait for the Reaper to come and finally put you out of your misery, right? It seems like that's really how a lot of people are living. But what if I said that this is a misconception? What if I said that this is what the powers that be simply want you to believe? They want you apathetic. They want you to believe that nothing you do matters and you can't influence the world at all. Belief is one of the most important things you could possibly wield. Personally, I refuse to believe that the things I do don't matter. I truly don't believe that the things I do don't matter. And that's why I've been making video after video trying to help people, because I've been seeing how my life, by giving into apathy, has suffered for it, and how in some ways I feel the world has suffered for it, and I can't live like that anymore. So all these people that you look up to, right, whoever they are, these people who make your life better by existing, imagine if they subscribe to this apathy, this belief that nothing that they would do would ever matter. They never would have done anything. They never would have made that music that you love so much, that inspired you so much, that kept you from killing yourself that much longer, right? They never would have trained to be that fighter whose story and fighting style inspired you so much, whose fights you went to go watch at Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever with your friends, and it ended up being like some of your best memories of all time, your most fun memories that you'll never want to forget. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, if everyone believed they were as powerless as you believe you are, this world would be an even bleaker, even darker place. But because people have this belief in themselves, even if it's not logical, which is completely overrated anyway, they went out and did these amazing things. And now they are the people who have influence. If they just said, oh, well, I'm a peasant, I'm not someone with influence, I may as well just jerk off and not make this amazing album or whatever it is, they never would have gotten there. And this goes even deeper. This is really the crazy part that I'm about to get into here. Because they chose to stand up and fulfill their destiny, they've in turn inspired millions. And amongst those millions, some begin to stand up themselves and fulfill their own destinies, which in turn inspires millions more. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is the butterfly effect. Everything you do matters. When you choose to not fulfill your destiny, it's unmeasured, the light that you are taking away from the world. Not just who you're failing to inspire, but perhaps who you're hurting as well when you fail to do good. Something that really changed my perspective is when I began to look at life as a choose-your-own adventure game where each action that you choose leads to a different outcome. People just sit by and they act like no matter what they do, the direction the world goes in is totally unaffected by their actions. And what you need to start doing is thinking of yourself as a piece in this vast jigsaw puzzle that is humanity, right? What if the reason that humanity is so effed up the way it is now is because you refuse to improve? You need to move into the position that you're supposed to be in so that the rest of the puzzle has that room to assume the right spot. What if you were the missing link and your desire to just be lazy and not share your gifts with the world is what's damning us all, right? That's a little extreme perhaps, but I like extreme if you haven't noticed. And I think it might be true to a degree. In every video game or book or movie that you've ever played or enjoyed, what would be the outcome, you think, if the hero who is supposed to come and save the day is just decided to not do it, right? Is somebody else going to come along and beat the final boss of Elden Ring? Was somebody else besides like Link from Legend of Zelda? Were they just going to come along and like assume the role of the hero of time? If Link was just like, no, sorry, Navi, I just want to keep sleeping. That's literally from Ocarina of Time. She literally wakes him up from a nap and she's like, we got to go do this crazy thing. What if he was just like, no, I just want to keep sleeping and diddle myself. So please go away, Navi. Somebody else was going to do it. Do you see where I'm going with this? The things you do matter. Act like it, right? I'm waiting for you over here to invent the trauma processing machine or the sleep deeper machine or write that book that you're being too lazy to write. That's going to be the key to unlocking my own inspiration that will go on to allow me to do this thing that will inspire others and, you know, and so on and so on. When you look at things like this, you see yourself as the hero of the movie and you begin to realize how selfish and actually potentially dangerous it is for you to just sit back and watch the world burn instead of being an active participant in it. So please get out there and make the world a better place. It's a very interesting concept, right? It's a very large concept, we'll say. It doesn't always have to be like this giant thing either. Maybe you didn't invent the time machine, right? Maybe you don't cure this disease, but think about it like this too. Maybe one day you smile at the person who does, right? Maybe one day you decide to get up and you go to the gym and you were happy with yourself because you know you did the right thing, because you were happy with yourself, on the way out you smile at someone and maybe that person was having a very bad day and maybe they were just like on the brink, right? But because you got out there and you did the right thing and you were happy, you smile at them at just the right time, you kept them going a little bit longer, and that person goes on to become the person who finally cracks the code of some previously thought incurable disease. You see what I'm saying? This is the butterfly effect. You cannot just live in apathy and think you know how everything is going to play out and that you have no effect on things. We're all on this earth. We're all interconnected, and it's all reverberating around. And now, if you look at things, we're on the brink of some really crazy things happening in the world, and I think it is time for us all to begin to stand up and take more responsibility. So that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and leave a comment to support the channel. It really helps, I think, when you like and comment. It gives the video like more power and it pushes it further and further. So, you know, if you guys are resonating with this message and you want to help me out a little bit, please do that. And in the link to the description, in the description is going to be a link for my X account. And if you could please go over there and follow me, that would be the best place to sort of reach me. And if you could help me grow over there, that would be a big help, because I think there's a little bit of a synergistic effect as I grow over there. More people come to YouTube as I grow on YouTube. More people go over there, and there's this synergistic effect that I'm trying to create. So that would be some things you could do, guys, if you would like to help me, if you are enjoying my videos. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.